So, welcome everyone. This is Contribute Experience Special Interest Group, our APAC biweekly meeting. Please be noted that we do have a code of conduct. Please be excellent to each other. Thank you everyone for joining today. Let's see, we have recent contributions from the community meetups. I do see someone have their link there. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so that's me. I basically had a meetup on managed Kubernetes services, and since I work with DigitalOcean, so we had a focus on DigitalOcean Kubernetes service and how you can integrate your GitLab instances to that, right? I guess recording should be up by later this week or early next week. So I just mentioned it there.
Great. I do see this is a online event, and you have over 100 attendees, right?
Yep. So I guess over a course we were joined by almost 103 people. Almost 350 people registered in two different places. So I did it with one of other partners, and they also promoted the event. So from two places, we had almost 350 plus registration and around 100 people attended. So yeah, I think it's good.
Great. Thank you. Next, blog posts for meetup contributors. We do have a working doc 2 weeks ago. And thank you all the contributors adding all these questions. And Nikita has announced this to, I think it's the India Iron Dev channel. Let me find the link. So if you have other channels for other regions, feel free to share the message. I will paste the link later in the notes. So in the doc, we currently have some example questions, how we are going to write posts, and status for posts / other authors for different regions. I wonder if someone have their opinions, comments for this content.
So one doubt I had was, we will be publishing this as a Google form or send out as a single document and collect the information from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tried to reach out few contributors in Indonesia and Singapore, so they had this question to me: would it be a Google form, or how could they pass the information back to me?
Oh, so you are asking how?
Yes.
How to interview them?
Yep.
I think what I'm going to do is, if I have a few targets or contributors to an interview, I would put the questions I want to ask in a Google Doc, and pass doc to them and let them answer the questions. Also, after they had all the answers, I will maybe continue to do some follow-ups with them. And after we had all the records, and I may write a story based on the questions and answers.
Okay.
But that's just my thoughts. you might do whatever you think is best.
Okay. Yep. So we don't have like a formal, like I see most of the questions being jotted over there in the document. So this is not a concrete list of questions to be asked to them, right? We can include or modify accordingly to our will.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The list is just an example. I think every author can modify based on this, or basically write whichever they want. This is just a suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with
Thank
that. The number of questions that are there, it would make a big, bold story, right? If we start asking every question, there are a lot of questions there. But could we identify on some of the key questions, like these things at least should be there. I see, let's say related to contributing, and how do they, let's say, start with the introduction, then there has to be a contribution question, and then you end it with what suggestion you would give to people. So that there is a coherence in all the blog posts, right? It shouldn't be like everybody's writing their own questions. Would that make sense?
Yeah, so I would imagine if you interview multiple contributors, you can ask them the same set of questions and put together a blog post, including these maybe 3 or 4 contributors. But if we have say 3 authors, each interviewed only 1 contributors, then if they asked different questions, they might not put together a blog post, or maybe they can still put together, but maybe they split the article or post to 3 sections, something like that. But that's for the editorial part. I think we can, for the question list, I do see there's somewhat a lot of topics here. Maybe we can categorize this into different topics and like make it a more, how do you say, more like better format for authors to interview contributors.
Yeah, basically, what I'm saying is, I mean, we can choose the question and format the questions, but there should be a flow, right? At least there should be a standard flow for everybody so that people can follow.
Yes, I agree. Thank you. So for this stage, I think we need to reach out to the community for more ideas, authors, or contributors for interview. So feel free to share the message. I will include Nikita's message as an example in the meeting notes later.
Okay.
Any more questions, comments for this item?
No.
Okay, thank you. Next, Contribute Summit. So the Europe one is going to be the Europe KubeCon. I believe CNCF has announced it's going to be a complete online event, and the Contribute Summit part, I believe, is going to be Contribute workshop only, and it's not. I'm not sure if it's going to be aligned or attached to the main event or not. Reading the past notes, maybe not. On the other hand, for the China one, so CNCF is working with a group of volunteers. They will have a alternative conference, online conference for the KubeCon China. So for the Contributor Summit for the China region or APAC regions, we currently don't have any fixed plan yet. Maybe we will do the same thing as Europe one. This event, by the way, this event is not announced yet, but maybe they will announce it soon. Does anyone have questions, comments, concerns for this item?
Okay, so this China event that you're saying, that won't be KubeCon China or any KubeCon, something like that, right? It won't be related to that. It would be a completely individual or independent event as such, right?
Yeah, so I think the main reason for this is CNCF is quite strict for their name or brand usage for the events. So all the online events won't use either KubeCon plus Cloud Native Con or Kubernetes Community Days. They won't use KubeCon or KCD for these online events. Instead, they will use new names for these events.
Got it. Thanks.
Any other questions? Alison, do you have something about this?
Yeah, so from the meeting notes, yeah, as you mentioned, we've cancelled Contributor Summit, but the new Contributor Workshop is still going on, and it's going to be in an on-demand format, so people will be recording their talks, and it'll all be provided in a on-demand style format. And if I in terms of what's happening around Contributor Summit China, like I think my personal opinion with the Contributor Summit stuff at the moment, I'm really glad, like I'm kind of a bit glad that they did decide to cancel for the EU, just because a lot of people are working from home, and where as it was mentioned in the notes, there is this thing of like burnout. I think especially because we were working towards Contributor Summit, and we were working for it for many months, towards it for many months, and then to work towards it for a bit longer, it would be pretty exhausting. But I think if there's like demand for it, or people are interested in talking at a Contributor Summit that's more China focused, that could be a thing, but I wouldn't push things. That's just my opinion. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, so for the Europe one, so thank you for confirming that we are canceling the Contributor Summit. So there will be no content for current contributors including the proposals we have accepted before, right? Is that correct?
That's from what I can see here. Yeah, the current contributor, just the contributor summit, EU contributor summit cancelled, but the new contributor workshop is now turned into something separate that's under the mentoring sub-project. Do you get where I'm going here?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, we both had worked on the EU summit for a couple of months, and unfortunately, it's going to be during this hard time, we won't be able to deliver the what we have done. So earlier, when we are not decided what's the event, what's the result of the Contributor Summit Europe will be, we had reached out to all the accepted speakers for the current contributors. I remember maybe a half or less than a half of them agreed to speak for the online event. But maybe eventually we don't have enough energy or extra energy to put this together for the final result. So as for the China one, I think we should do the same with EU. So you mentioned we will have recorded talks, and maybe we can announce the talks again when the alternative conference for KubeCon China announced. So maybe new contributors can still learn from the recorded talks. That's my idea.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions, comments for this item? Okay. I don't see we have further agendas items on the notes. Does anyone have other topics they want to discuss, or any comments for the meeting or for the these topics we had discussed? Okay, then. Thank you everyone for joining today. I will give you 10 minutes back.
Thank you.
See you
Thank you
on
very
Slack
much.
and 2 weeks later. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See ya. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.